last night. Was that the case here tonight?
I don't know. I thought Volquez was pretty good. Carlos did a nice job for us, and then Melky gets a big out. We just didn't really solve, their lefty. So, getting up. I mean, the guys that we really had in there were guys that should be ready to play, so just didn't get it done.
Going back to Volquez, does this continue to be maybe an audition for him as to what he can do for you guys come postseason time if you require that fifth starter?
No, we're not really. We're just looking at our guys. Have conversations. Nobody's trying out. We feel like we know our guys by now pretty well. Usually don't use a fifth starter in the playoffs, so unless you have him in a bullpen. So we'll see. We'll talk about that when we get to that roster time.
With the exception of Jerry and Skip, I mean, pretty young lineup that you put out there tonight. What did you like from some of those young guys that you saw tonight?
Well, it was just really what we wanted to see. The biggest thing we wanted to do today was to give the guys that had just been grinding it out for months and pretty banged up, guys that all pretty much needed the days. We wanted to get Jerry, try to get him some at-bats. Okay, D was all right, got a couple of hits, or got a hit, shoes swung back good, so we didn't do a whole lot offensively.
On the other side of the coin, pretty good bench you went to there in the ninth inning. Set yourself up pretty good, and you actually almost win this one despite a little bit of struggle for the first 8 innings.
Well, I don't know. It's tough coming off the bench, so we'll see. Again, we had to give some guys a day-to-day, so after that we get going.
Was that your plan all along to kind of unload the bench and bring your big boys up, or did they kind of encourage you towards the end of that game when it was reachable?
It was really just the point that a lot of those guys we didn't really want them. Adrian, we didn't really want him on the field. He was going to be able to pitch hit pretty much only. That's the way we want to use him. Certain guys we weren't going to use at all, and then some guys that we were really trying to, y'all see how we would have doubled into a game, so we were willing to use him there. That was more of a pinch hit.
How do you evaluate a game like this as far as the players on the field, and from your standpoint where you're sitting and all that?
Well, you just watch your guys play is all. You get a chance to take a look at some guys we haven't really seen in Butera. We get a little look. We've seen Cassidy a little bit. We get to see more of Nick Buss. So we get to see a Nelke tonight. So just watch the game.
Thanks, Tony.
Are you kind of evaluating Volquez? Is it possible maybe like a long man postseason run?
I mean, I think you're always evaluating, and we're not trying to talk about too much what we're trying to do. Let guys just keep playing, see how we look, make sure we don't know who's gonna anything could happen to our club over the next 8 days. We could have guys go down, come up with an elbow, the next pitch they throw. So we're just constantly moving forward, getting guys that are what we feel like the best possible scenarios to keep them working, get guys rested, and not knowing what could happen in the next 8 days, 8-9 days.
What's the rough plan in terms of playing regular guys?
We'll be back at it tomorrow. Yeah, we'll be back at it tomorrow. Today was a day that Ned and I talked last night, and it's just a day that you feel like you got to give. We were going to give Hanley. Hanley probably won't be playing tomorrow. We needed to give Adrian a day with making sure that leg gets one more day. Feels good. Matt played 3 in a row after not playing for forever. I just didn't. It just seemed to be that day that we had to give these guys that day to sit there, watch a game. And that sacrifice is basically having a chance to not be able to do anything. See those other guys play gives us we should have a chance to win. Our pitching keeps us in it. Polky pitches good. Carlos comes in and looks good, and Nelke is a big out. So we really have a chance to win the game. We just don't really do anything.
For people who may not be able to understand or not understand, how quickly can you get out of rhythm in baseball at this level, where too much rest is just completely detrimental?
Well, there's a difference between rest and guys that are kind of need days off of injuries. And try to explain it, but we played 30-something games of spring training. We played 100 and almost 60 now. Guys are almost at 200 games. Some of these guys been involved with mentally getting ready to play every day, something doing work on the field. I mean, at some point, you got to be able to just take that one breath before we get ready to run again. So we don't want to get out of rhythm. They don't want to get out of rhythm. The only way you get out of rhythm is you turn it off in your head, and that's what you can't do. That's what we talk about.
What do you, obviously you want to see a perfect game tomorrow, but apart from that, what do you want to see from Clayton tomorrow? I'm wondering if at this point, it's almost a spring training where he's working at things, maybe throwing his hat outside, what kind of pitch, what do you want to see from him?
Clayton's be pitching tomorrow. This is not spring training for him. He's got 2 more starts. We talked about it today. He'll be ready to roll. He'll be ready to roll tomorrow. And for the most part, you'll see our guys. There'll be some guys that still aren't in there. That's health stuff. Other than that, we're gonna play our lineup.
But I mean, 100 pitches, do you want to go beyond that, or just a game?
Well, I'm not gonna be silly.
Yeah.
Obviously, let him go to 120 or 125 or something. We're gonna keep him at a manageable count. But we're not talking about 50. We're not talking about. We don't want to play it like a spring training game. We want to play it like a game. And we don't want outings where it's like, okay, you're gonna get 60 no matter what. It's a game tomorrow, and we're gonna play it like that.
So it's not a thing of work on your curveball, so change it, it's right hand hitter or something?
No,
Okay.
it'll be a game. It'll be straight up.
Thank you.